Hello, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon, where you're at. Najumu here, and we are back again tonight, and we're just going to have a little Zatsudan. Yeah. So, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on the previous stream, what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to talk a little bit about the past year. You know, some of the notable stuff that happened, and look forward to what I'm planning for the next year, hopefully. Not going to be that long of a stream, basically, because 2023 was a very interesting year, to say the least. But the thing is, I don't really have that much to talk about when it comes to 2023. Like, there has been some pretty good events that happened, and there are a bit of unfortunate events that also happened. Some that are beyond my reach. And yeah, overall, I think 2023 was a pretty interesting year. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the year to begin with. So let's start with hold on, let me start with 2023. Let's see, let me type something here. 2023, what shall we talk about first? You know, let's talk about games. Right. Let's talk about 2023 games. At least at the very least, for me, I noticed that 2023 had a lot of amazing games that came out. Like, there's Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Wonder. What else? I hate to remember games that are big enough and isn't made by Nintendo. Of course, there is Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 is probably the game I probably played the most, unsurprisingly enough. If you actually watch this channel, you would be surprised that I played Street Fighter 6 the most out of all of the games that came out in 2023. Yeah, there's also Spider-Man 2. Like, there has been so many releases that came this year. Unfortunately, there was a few, not just a few, quite a lot of mishaps when it comes to the industry itself. I'm not going to delve into that too much, but yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that this is happening when there's been a lot of amazing games out there. But for me personally, 2023 was basically Street Fighter 6's year. Basically, the beginning of the year, I was just like playing all sorts of random games in order to get by. I even went back and played Street Fighter 5 after so many years in order to prep myself for Street Fighter 6, even though there is a bit of difference between both. But yeah, it definitely exceeded my expectations. I am still having fun with the game, even 6 months in. And that's saying a lot. I did not have fun with a Street Fighter game this hard since Street Fighter Alpha 2. And that's not to slight the other Street Fighter games. No, they're all pretty fun. Third Strike is pretty fun as well, but it didn't get me to just go back and play again and again and again and again. Much like Alpha 2 did. But yeah, Alpha 2 is pretty much a classic to me. Probably the Street Fighter game to me. I mean, a lot of people love Super Turbo. I love Super Turbo as well. I have no problems with Super Turbo. I play it even sometimes on Fightcade. I do enjoy playing that. The same thing, like I said, with Third Strike. But Alpha 2 was the game that actually got me into fighting games to begin with. Yeah. I did know of Street Fighter 2 once I had it on the SNES. Unfortunately, I got the not so good port of Street Fighter 2, and that wasn't very fun. I had a lot of slowdown. It was a little messy, and it wasn't like even close to how the arcade version was. And I did dabble with Mortal Kombat when it was like big at the time. A lot of my friends back in the day, they actually played a lot of Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3. Me, I wasn't too keen on Mortal Kombat, especially for a longest while. I only got back into Mortal Kombat when I felt like giving games like MKX and MK11 a chance. I just thought that, I have been not playing these games for the longest while. I should give them a try. I didn't play them because, they were ultra violent, right? Fatalities and whatnot is just over, man. It's just over. It's just too much for me. But I was pleasantly surprised that, especially MKX was like very fun. I'm definitely not good at that game, but it's definitely fun, and I can see why people think of it very highly when they watch it. When it comes to high-level competitive play, MK11 was a little bit different, but I kind of enjoyed it for its own thing. But I understand why people didn't like MK11. I eventually did play MK1, which also came out in 2023. I did like that. I like the cameo system. The cameo system is pretty cool, and I did enjoy playing Raiden until they nerfed him. Yeah, I wasn't too surprised that they're going to nerf him, but You know, with NRS, they usually get to nerf things a little too much for our own good, right? So, the game, despite that, is still very fun. But I would not call it my favorite game of 2023. It was fun, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Another game that I did surprisingly enjoy a lot was, and I actually streamed that one, is let me remember. What was that game again? Slay the Princess. Yes. Slay the Princess. Slay the Princess definitely deserved all the praise that it got after release. Slay the Princess was actually both disturbing, but also you can understand why it's so disturbing, right? And it was so well written and so well voice acted as well. It's amazing. Like I said before, after I finished the game, big props to Jonathan Sims and Nicole Goodnight for doing an amazing job with the voice work in that game. And I do love the art style, the sketchy art style that they had for it, and the variety of looks that the princess had throughout the game. But yeah, I really enjoyed that a lot. It gave me vibes of the house in Fata Morgana. And I still say that the house in Fata Morgana is probably my most favorite visual novel of all time. Yeah, I wouldn't even think of streaming that game because, you know why? It's best to experience it by yourself. Without any interruptions, without anyone talking to you. You need to experience that game on your own. Yeah. That's what I definitely would say about that. And then there was, of course, Granblue versus Rising, which came out a few weeks ago. Yeah. I was very happy with that. I'm still happy with the game. I still play it. I do enjoy playing a lot of the cast. And I can see it having a very, very good future when it comes to people playing the game. It has now rollback. It has crossplay. Cygames is definitely going to be supporting the game. And what else? What else? You know, a lot of people have been saying that, about the dash light attack thing. I think they may eventually nerf that. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't nerf that, but they will probably nerf that for sure. And of course, Nier. Nier, undoubtedly the strongest character in the game, at least in this point of time. They're probably gonna tweak her a little bit, but probably not now, because the next character who's coming next month, Lucilius, they mentioned that there is not going to be any balance changes. Because, you know, it still hasn't been even a month. We can't do that quickly. This isn't like NRS patching, right? But I'm not sure if they're going to follow the Street Fighter 6 kind of patching, because with Street Fighter 6, they mentioned right up until the end of Capcom Cup. That's happening, I think, in February of 2024. I'm not sure, but I think it's probably at February 2024 that they're going to balance the game after that. So right after Capcom Cup, and I believe right after Akuma's release. It's an interesting way in working out balancing, but I hope it works out, though. I hope it works out. I hope that when they balance the game, they balance like with consideration in not making the strong characters useless, right? That's one big issue that I see sometimes when it comes to balancing. Like, they see a character who is really powerful. They decided, man, you know what? We need to tone them down. You need to tone them down so hard that we need to cut their limbs. And yeah, no one would ever use them anymore. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. Tone them down a little bit, but keep their strong tools sort of there, right? Make them still strong while making the other characters also better, right? Of course, there are going to be characters who have bad matchups against others, but if you try to make things properly balanced, as much as you can, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy to balance a fighting game, right? It's definitely not easy. So I'm interested to see how Capcom is going to approach balancing when it comes to Street Fighter 6. As for games that I'm looking forward to next year, they're definitely going to be Tekken 8. Definitely. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it on release, because the problem is Under Night In-Birth 2 is also coming out on the same day. So it might be a little bit hard to do that. And in a few weeks after, we have Granblue Relink. So yeah, having 3 games relatively close to each other is making it a bit of a dilemma. Yeah, it's a little bit of a dilemma when it comes to choosing one of those games, but we'll see. We'll see. Eventually, I will play all 3. Eventually, I will play all 3 and probably not do so well in Tekken or Under Night. But you know, we are here to play for fun. We are here to enjoy stuff. But I'll probably still continue Granblue Versus and Street Fighter 6 in the coming months as well. So we'll see. We'll see. 2023, definitely an interesting time for games. Not so interesting when it comes to the industry, but you know, let's hope 2024 is better when it comes to both of these things. All right, so moving on, let's talk a little bit about anime in 2023, right? 2023, when it comes to anime, personally, there wasn't much. There wasn't much, to say the least. Even though I watch a lot of shows every season, there hasn't been that one show that told me, like, right, this is the greatest. This is one of the classics. I love that show. And it wouldn't be fair to include Vinland Saga Season 2 in there because it continued from 2022. It wouldn't be fair if we mentioned that here. 2023 did not have much anime that I can recall at the moment. You know, let me just check a list right now. Hold on. 2023 anime. I need to check a nice list in order to remember. Let's see. Let's check a good list here. Buddy Daddies? Nah. Oh yeah, Trigun Stampede. I forgot about Trigun Stampede. Trigun Stampede came out early 2023. I did enjoy that one though. Like Studio Orange is like amazing when it comes to their CG. And it's no different when it comes to Trigun Stampede. It's an interesting retelling, question mark, or remake of the original manga. But yeah, it definitely does a decent amount of justice when it comes to some of the older characters when they're represented in the show. I did enjoy that, and they did tease that that there might be a sequel series to this. I know that a lot of people who read the original Trigun manga and watched the original anime by Madhouse, that the changes they made might be a little bit disappointing because, even Millie isn't there. Millie Thompson, the tall girl with the extremely happy face on her. She has an extremely happy expression most of the time, in contrast to her partner. But yeah, I think if people actually gave this show a chance, they might like it quite a bit. I wouldn't say it was one of the best, but it certainly was good. Yeah, it certainly was good. Oh, wait a minute. It says that Vinland Saga Season 2 started January 10th? I thought it was from Hold on, I thought it was from 2022. Huh. I guess I'm mistaken. So, I guess we could say that, this is a 23 show. So yeah, if I have a show that is probably the best of the year, it's definitely Vinland Saga Season 2. Yeah, I mean, the first season was like amazing on its own, but this season, especially when we had Thorfinn in his adult age and he managed to meet with Einar, right? That saga had some of the most heart-wrenching moments. I'm not going to spoil too much of it if you didn't see Vinland Saga, but it definitely was a show that I can strongly recommend and say, yeah, this has consistently been a very, very good show. And they gave the manga justice, right? They gave the manga proper justice. So I could definitely recommend that. Now let's see what else came out this year. Oh, right. There is, what was that? God. Oshinoko was this year. A lot of people love Oshinoko, and of course, they love the opening, Idol, of course. I thought it was good, right? I thought it was good. I didn't think it was amazing, right? The animation was good. Voice acting was good, and how the story is progressing is interesting. But I wouldn't say it's the best for me. It was an enjoyable watch though, and I'm definitely looking forward to a season 2 if it happens in 2024. Okay, let's see what else. What else came out this year? Zom 100 certainly did have some nice animation in it, and the concept of trying to survive a zombie apocalypse and live the life that you always wanted to be after being a wage slave is very fun. But the release of the episodes just kind of made me lose interest. to be honest. Yeah, I may go back to watch the missing episodes, but I don't know. Production issues, unfortunately. And that's a common thing when it comes to the Japanese anime industry. I don't know if that's ever going to be fixed, but, well, let's hope for the best, I suppose. Let's hope for the best. Okay. There is, of course, what was that? Let me look for the title again. Where is it? Let me, I'm checking the list right now. There was Spy X Family Season 2. It was good. A good continuation of the already fun first season. Yeah, nothing to complain about that one. What was it called? It mentioned it had 25 episodes. I'm trying to look for it right now. So I can't find it. Did I forget? Ah, yes. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Yeah, Frieren is actually pretty good. Frieren is actually pretty good. If I want to recommend a show that is not a sequel from a previous series, yeah, I'd recommend Frieren. Good characterization. Animation's pretty good when it needs to be. Good voice acting. Yeah, even like the story of having an elf who's part of a hero's party who outlives the party and tries to have her own party and guide them is, I think, pretty interesting, to say the least. And Madhouse did a pretty good job in trying to convey the story to the audience. So yeah, if I have one anime I could recommend that is not a sequel, it's Frieren. And it's continuing in winter 2024 as well, because from what I've seen, that it's around 26, 28-ish episodes, I think. So yeah, definitely a great show. And next year should be pretty fun as well. Dungeon Meshi is starting in January. I'm excited about that one. I watched a bit of the trailers and definitely seems like a fun romp. And the third season of Konosuba is also coming out next year. That's also something to look forward to. There is another show that a lot of people have been hyping a lot. That is a manga adaptation and is made by Science Saru. I forgot about its name at the moment. I kind of forgot what its name was, but that's something I'm going to look forward to as well. So yeah, it's been an okay year for anime. Maybe next year things might be a little bit better when it comes to the media type. Okay, so next up, what shall we talk about? Can we talk about this? I think we can. Let's talk about VTubers or VTuber related stuff that happened this year. So, in the Hololive side of things, there's been a lot of new debuts that happened in 2023, sorry. The Tempest Vanguard, and then came Advent, and then Hololive English Advent, and then there was Regloss, which is a brand new branch for Hololive. Last but not least, like last month, we had Armis, also from Holostars EN. Quite a number of people debuted in 2023. All very fun, all very entertaining in their own way. Like we have Battle from Tempest Vanguard and Gerard, the screaming dumb Dino Man from Armus, to give us that dose of unhinged. And then we have, of course, the ever lovable twins Fuamoko from Advent. Then there was Narissa as well, amazing singer, Biju, aka Bibu, gamer, and Zoomer memer. Everyone nowadays is just talking about sticking out your gyat for the Narizzler, whatever Zoomer things that Bibu likes to talk about. And then there's Shiori, which is who doesn't need fixing. Yeah, she doesn't need fixing at all. Back to Vanguard, we had Shinri, who enjoys like horror games and talking about horror lore. Fun to watch. Leon, surprisingly, one of the very first campus members who literally plays fighting games as much as he can, of course. And of course he loves visual novels as well. Plus he's kind of a little scary as well. A little scary fella sometimes. And then there's Haka with his amazing vocals. And the first member of Holo ES, Holo Espanol. It's good to see him there. And I love all his original music. It's good to hear someone in the VTuber sphere who sings a type of death metal. I enjoy that. And we have like Regloss. They're all pretty like, a lot of them are pretty much new to streaming, but they're fun in their own way. Like Ao being this very handsome looking masculine girl, but she's kind of girly and kind of a okay, I believe, when it comes to comedic routines. Then we have Ririka, of course. Hajime, who might be part of Holo Baby, the way she talks. And then we have Kanade, who's probably the troll. She's pretty much a troll from the beginning of her debut. And she has that basic gremlin laugh. And she speaks in like 0.75x speed. Yeah. And of course there's Raden, who is very interested in the arts. Everyone remembers her because she smokes and drinks. Even though she did say that she quit that kind of stuff. Then we go back to the rest of Armus. We have Octavio, who has a very beautiful singing voice. Oh, Gold Bullet or Gibby. Very chill. And surprisingly, very... he likes to swear a lot. I'm surprised. And then we have Ruse, who is the self-proclaimed leader and surprisingly can strike up a very long discussion when he needs to. So yeah, a lot of interesting personalities that joined Holo. As for Niji Sanji, yeah, quite a lot of sad news. Lots of graduations happened this year for Niji Sanji. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad to see them leave, be it from Niji En or Niji JP or Niji Sanji EXID, especially EXID. This has been a rough year for Niji EXID. And especially the fans who supported them ever since the beginning. I hope that they're doing a lot better now. And I hope nothing but success for them. There was also, outside of like Niji Sanji, other people who graduated, like Zen Gunawan from Maha 5. Despite him being a primarily Indonesian language speaking VTuber, but he always likes to visit other people in other channels and likes to support them. And he is often joining in multiple collabs whenever he can. Yeah. When I notice him being around and just trying to just be a fool while also singing amazingly. Yeah. I hope Zen's doing well though. And of course, Holo did suffer their own graduations as well, especially when it comes to Tempest. Both Magni and Vesper left around the middle of the year. And it's really unfortunate, but you know, they had their reasons, and we hope but nothing but the best for them. Yeah, everyone who graduated, like, nothing but the best for them, and yeah, I hope they have success in whatever endeavors they have in the coming years. Anyway, I guess that should be it when it comes to VTubers as a whole. There's been quite a bunch of stuff that happened this year. I'm sadly not familiar with the other corpos or the indie scene. I hope I get to learn more about them in the next year, just to get a better idea, just to get to know how the VTuber sphere works, and of course a lot of indies as well. Now that's definitely a plan to gradually work on, at least in terms of knowledge, not when it comes to interactivity, but when it comes to knowledge, right? So yeah, it's been an interesting year. Lots of highs and lows when it comes to VTubers. And what else can I talk about when it comes to 2023? We talked about games, we talked about anime, we talked about VTubers. What else can we also talk about? Well, there are some events that happened that I probably wouldn't like to get into here because it's related to rule number 1. So we're not going to talk about that, but it is rather unfortunate. That's all I'm going to say about that, and it makes me sad. Anyway, what else? Well, I guess we can talk a little bit. Well, considering how we have VTubers over here, let's talk a little bit about me, right? Let's talk about a little bit about me. So I wanted to actually debut a lot earlier in 2023, but unfortunately, due to circumstances when it comes to the model itself, the rigging of the model itself, like I was waiting on someone else in order to get the model ready, but it seems like they went into a bit of a unfortunate phase when it comes to their lives. So I decided to just commission someone else. And eventually it went to Reka Tadano. And he did an amazing job, by the way. It was very helpful and very understanding of the things that I want. Yeah, so I could have debuted a lot earlier, but we did eventually debut on the 11th of November. And of course it was extremely scuffed. It was such a mess, man. It was such a mess, but you know what? Like I said before, I would never be ashamed of this because it's my first time. It's my first time actually like dabbling with stuff like OBS and scenes and using sources and whatnot. So there's definitely going to be scuff. There's definitely going to be scuff. So it's a learning process. There's still scuff that's happening, but we're trying to learn slowly but surely, right? We are trying to learn slowly but surely. And yeah, hopefully in 2024, I get to do even better next year, right? And on that note, let's move scenes. I put up some goals for next year, right? So let's start with the first one up there. Try to experience a new genre. It should be genre, not genres. Or I should say new genres of games I haven't dabbled into much. So what I mean is like, I want to try something different. I want to like see if I can gel with a certain game type or not. Like for example, real-time strategy games or certain simulation games, or what can I say this? What genre did I not play often enough? JRPGs maybe? Question mark? I mean, we'll see. We'll see when it comes to JRPGs, but yeah, I wanna try something different. But you don't need to worry. Like the focus on oh, hello, hi Blossom Gamer. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. So like I was saying, the focus when it comes to fighting games and visual novels is still going to be there. I did get a number of visual novels from the latest Steam sale, and I'm hoping to play them next year or in the coming weeks. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, we're trying some new games, we're trying some new genres. Maybe we're going to try one of these new types of games in this week's schedule. We'll have to wait and see. Next up is finish up season 1 of Insight. So Insight already has 3 episodes. Insight already has 3 episodes. We had one for Vocaloids, one for Granblue Fantasy, and one for Hokuto no Ken, the Arc System Works fighting game. So that's 3 episodes, and I plan to have like 10 or 11 streams for Insight where I get to talk about specific subjects, right? It's just going to be focused on one certain topic, just about the certain topic, and we're not going to talk about anything else. And it'll give like a better insight to the games that, or not just games, or the type of media that I enjoy a lot. It could be something that everyone knows. Like say, for example, One Piece, for example. Maybe you can have an episode of that. It could be something that not many people know, like the Rival School series made by Capcom. That includes Rival Schools and Project Justice. It could be about a certain person who created a lot of amazing media, like Takenobu Mitsuyoshi, a famous Sega composer. So I still am cooking on what subjects we're going to talk about in season 1 of Insight. Yeah. Next up is experiment with the audience interactivity streams. Examples in mind including something like a voice roulette or AI dungeon. So I did mention that in my first stream regarding AI dungeon, like having people like input their stories and see what like crazy unhinged stuff that could happen there. But something like a voice roulette is like having like certain lines, and we spin the roulette, and I get to do them in a certain voice or in a certain accent. I think that would be kind of fun, and it would be kind of challenging as well, in order to see how I'm able to speak certain accents or do certain voice impressions at the best of my ability, of course. Next up is try to reach out to more VTubers and befriend them. Yes, that is very important. That is very important. I love meeting new friends. I'm not gonna deny this. I love meeting new friends. Doesn't have to exactly share the same love for genres that I like, or like the shows that I like or whatnot. I would definitely like to meet new friends, talk to them, and or follow their streams. We get to stream together, that would be great. But yeah, I would like to have more friends, and I'd like to make 2024 like a big step in getting more friends, right? Getting more VTuber friends. I know it might be a little bit difficult, but you know what? Better try than not try. That's my motto. Next up is to get better in the fighting games I play, especially when it comes to the two fighting games that I play a lot that you've seen from the streams of both Street Fighter 6 and Granblue vs. Rising. Of course, there's going to be more that is coming next year, like I mentioned. Tekken 8 and Under Night. We're gonna probably try playing those as well, but I like to focus on those two games as well in order to get better in. Yeah. And next up, provide more recorded content. What do I mean by that? Like, for example, maybe pre-recorded footage of me playing a certain character in a fighting game with it's not taken from a live stream. Like, I play it off stream and then I try to record it and then try to do some editing and whatnot to make it nice and interesting for the audience to watch. Yeah, that's something I'm planning to do for next year. I have my own Discord server. Yes. That will probably come a little bit later in the year, but it would be nice to have a Discord server in order to have people I'd build up a small little community, right? A little small community of friends and new folks who watch the stream. Yeah, I would definitely like to work on a Discord server next year. And then stream on Twitch, ? So now that Twitch is allowing people to stream on multiple websites, I'm thinking maybe it would be a good way to grow the audience a little bit more, to get some more people watching. I won't stop streaming on YouTube though. YouTube has been really easy to deal with when it comes to streaming. I feel I think I'm getting used to YouTube when it comes to streaming a lot, but having another avenue isn't a bad thing, right? More avenues, the better, right? And then last but not least, karaoke. Maybe. I don't know. I did say my singing is not that good. It's kind of not good, but some of my friends have been saying, "Oh man, Sai, we need to hear you sing, man. We need to hear you sing." I'm saying, "No, I can't sing. I can't sing. But I just put it there and saying oh, maybe it'll happen in 2024. Maybe if the stars align, maybe we could have a nice little karaoke. It's not going to be the best karaoke, but it'll be something, and it won't be the best at all. But we'll have fun. we'll have fun with it. Yeah. So yeah, these are my goals for next year. These are pretty much my goals, my stream-related goals that I hope to achieve a good bunch of them next year. Definitely looking forward to what will happen next year. I hope it goes well. Yeah, I hope it goes well. Because you may never know what happens, but let's hope for the best and keep doing our best. That's all what I have to say when it comes to that. So let's move back. Go back to the chatting stream. Yeah. So I guess that should be it for tonight's stream. I would like to stay up until the clock reaches 12 a.m. and once we reach the 1st of January. But I don't really have anything else to say, honestly. Let me just write this. There we go. Happy 2024, everybody. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited for the future, to say the least. I am definitely excited for the future, and I hope for the best, not just for me, but for everyone else. Hope that if this year was a little bit difficult for you, that next year would be a lot better, and that you would be able to achieve the goals that you always wanted to achieve. Even if it's a little, even if it's just the beginning of the goals that you wanted to achieve, to say the least. All right, so anyway, that's all for me for tonight. I hope you all have a great evening or great morning wherever you're at. And I will probably see you on not tomorrow, but after tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll try to prepare the schedule for the new year. There's going to be a lot of returning games. There's going to be one new game that some people might be interested in. Some people might look forward to that one. So yeah. Anyway, I wish you all a happy 2024, and let's keep doing our best, and let's look for and let's hope that the future would be great for all of us. I'll see you guys soon, and take care. Bye bye.